It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. And it's coming up next.
Just off Lakeshore Drive. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the latest in a long line of NFL QBs from USC.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. To throw, Williams. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Once again, it's Swift. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. To throw, it's Williams. Forced out to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And Stroud now to throw. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. Stroud to throw it. That's complete. It's Collins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Mixon with a first down carry. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Stroud looking to throw. Got his man, Dell. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Stroud working out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Play action. Now Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Throwing is Williams. That's complete. Rome Odunze. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. Off the play fake, it's Williams. Rolling to his right. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Second and a couple. Swift going to try up the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Williams. That escapes the sack. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Caleb Williams scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bears are able to move back in front.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. That time a 9-play drive, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. C.J. Stroud ready to lead the Texans on their next drive. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Stroud will look to throw once more. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. That's complete to Dell. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Now Stroud. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs from 21 yards away. And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To the air, Williams. He'll get this complete downfield to Komet. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Throwing again here, Williams. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. If you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Back to Mixon on second down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing now is Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And that's good for a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Stroud. Another one caught by Collins. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
To throw, Williams. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Looking to throw, Williams. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Swift. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Escaping the pressure right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Caleb Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a 2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll give it to Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Stroud to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell from 8 yards out. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bears offense and running back DeAndre Swift headed back onto the field. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And a nice gain at 21 yards. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game, 1st and 10 here. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little game. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain, so he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 32 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive, and the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll come up first and 10 here. Stroud to throw it. Connecting with Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's and he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Stroud. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And Diggs has it. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Stroud. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, and field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.